Let's see what we got going on today. Yep, same mess as every other day. Got my mountain bike, couple race bikes, R6s, 2008. One's a frame and swing arm, waiting to get powder coated. The other one's waiting for a motor. Bunch of other garbage over here. Some training devices, RM250 parts. Waiting to go into that baby. Someday I might actually put it back together. Let's go out in the garage, see what we got popping. Like my Woo paneling, custom 1980s edition. Another R6. That one I'm gonna turn back into a street bike and sell it probably. I don't really need a third one. Remnants from the frame that's sitting in there. Little garage project action. This garage was halfway finished when I moved in. This area over here was not finished at all. It was just block walls. So I'm almost done over here. But I started doing this a while as well, try to finish this lack of drywall work that was previously done by the previous owner. And I don't even know what I'm gonna do with the ceiling because the ceiling is just wrecked. I think I might just put all new drywall up and either rip this down or just put new drywall on top because I don't think it's even worth trying to fix. And shout out to Yampo for the tank and the radiator. I got that far my door with it and it hasn't moved since. What do we have here? That is the motor in pieces for the frame that's sitting there. And those two are the motor for the rolling chassis that's inside. Both 2008 R6s. And what do we have here? This craziness is some of my training. This is some vision training drills that we do. Shout out to Dustin Apgar. He's the one that got me on this regiment and taught me all these things. And I'm gonna show you more about that stuff surely in another video, so I won't get into it now. New mountain bike helmet I just got, dope. All right, let's go out in the garage, see what's popping out there. This thing needs a timing gear fixed. It's a common issue with those, so someday get to that as well. TTR, about to be doing some training on that today. As you can see, I woke up and got my gear on. Gonna set those cones that you saw inside with the letters on out here in the little slalom course. Do some more training. Get into that later in another video. This is a 2001 Yamaha TTR 125. I actually raced mini moto with it. I'm going this weekend, but before I take the knobbies off, I want to do a little bit more training here in the yard. And that's a 2007 Gixxer 1000. I've had that for like 12 years. It's got almost 70,000 miles on it. Great bike. This is Captain Sasquatch's Sea-Doo Spark. We're doing a bunch of mods to it. It's going to be really badass when we're done. I'm looking forward to that. Someday when he brings the parts over here or comes over, we'll get that thing done. It's not too far from being finished actually, despite how it looks. X-Mark, I bought that and it was underwater, so had to rebuild everything pretty much. And it's almost done. I just have a little bit of a wiring gremlin I haven't figured out with that, where it cuts off the safety switch. One of them's not functioning right. RM250, that's almost just like the one you see torn apart on the shelves inside. This one is going to get a similar treatment, not quite as torn down as that one, but it's going to get all new chassis bearings and that good stuff just to freshen it up. This is the wheelie machine right here. Yeah, you guys know it. If you know, you know. About to be stunting that thing hard. I'm ready. What other messes we got going on? This is a hood for my truck. Had a little mishap in the snow and destroyed an F250 and ripped the front end off of mine, so I'm gonna fix that. Oh, what other messes can we show you guys? Hot tub action. That thing did some mods with that, and I'm not quite done with it. I can talk more about that in another video also. And also this spring, I'm gonna be putting a new liner into that ugly mess over there. Thank God, when I moved in, the liner was pretty bad, and I used it for a couple years, and I finally ripped it out now, so soon it's coming out for good, or it'll be replaced and good. Walked right past this and forgot to even mention anything about it. This is the car that pretty much started my modding career. I've had this car since I was 16 years old. It's a 99 BMW 328i. I did a complete M3 drivetrain conversion on it. It has the S54 motor, GetRag 6-speed transmission, limited slip differential, brakes, all of that good stuff. And it's a lot of fun to drive, although I rarely drive it anymore. I probably put less than 1,000 miles on it last year, or maybe in the last 2 years even. But it's a lot of fun, and I was one of the first people in the world to do the swap. I did it in 2010. I think I was the second person that actually documented doing the swap. So it was pretty interesting, and it got me my foot in the door with a lot of companies that are involved in the industry. Being a 16-year-old kid with this car, I could not afford to pay a dealership or any garage, for that matter, to work on it. Therefore, I was working on it myself. Even when I didn't know necessarily what I was doing, I learned what I was doing while doing it. So that's kind of set the bar and the pace for the rest of my life. And here we are, 15 years later, I'm still doing the same kind of stuff. I never went to any mechanic school or anything like that. I certainly am not a drywall expert, but I think that's not too bad for 3 coats and no sanding at all. So taped seam, we'll take it. I'm gonna do this channel basically to try and help everyone else out and figure out what they don't have the confidence doing themselves, maybe without watching a video, and I'll be happy to do it. And if you have any suggestions on what you want to see, if you want to see me bleed brakes, or if you want to see me build a motor, or if you want to see me spread spackle onto a wall, just let me know what it is that you want to see. I mean, this room in here used to be 2 separate rooms. So where you see this pillar, there was a wall there, and this was a wall. And I took down half of this wall, got this granite piece, actually found that on Marketplace. It happened to be the exact size I needed, so that was perfect. Didn't have to get it cut or anything like that. And this wall came completely down, and it opened up the area over there into where my wood stove is and things like that. And it's a much better setup for me, at least. That's just one of the many house projects I've gotten into since I was here. I did this garage floor. If you want to learn how to do epoxy floors, I got you. We can show you how to do that. Whatever it is you want to learn, just let me know. And if it's something I can attempt, I will. Even if I'm not a professional, like I said, I'm not a professional on any of these things. I'm sure there are professionals and experts out there that'll tell me I'm doing it wrong, and that's fine. I'd love to hear why or what I'm doing wrong. I'm all about learning. So if anyone has any advice and they want to give me or share with me their expertise, it's always greatly appreciated.